Let's talk a minute about two of your other books, the Smart Stepdad and the Smart Stepmom. What will people find if they get into those books?
The book, The Smart Step Family, is the kind of #1 go-to source. It's the comprehensive look at the blended family experience. The Smart Stepmom and the Smart Stepdad now jumps inside that individual person's world and says, okay, what is it to walk in the shoes of being a stepdad or stepmom? And so we do things that really go dive deep into the emotional environment there, the highs and the lows of walking in those footsteps. But then we also look at process and how to partner with the biological parent in the raising of those children. And right smack in the middle of both books, I'll say this, there are 2 chapters. In the stepmom book, for example, there are 2 chapters that are written for the biological dad. Because his role is so important in setting up his wife for success as a stepmom with his kids. If he doesn't understand that and know what his job is, then he can really inadvertently sabotage her role as a stepmom. Likewise, in the stepdad book, 2 chapters that are written for the mom to help her know how she relates to the dad, works with him so that he can be successful. There's also a couple of unique things in those 2 books that I think oftentimes goes overlooked. There's a chapter in each of those books on later life remarriages. That is, what if you have adult stepchildren? You may be in your mid-60s, get remarried, and all the kids are in their 20s and 30s, and there's grandkids, there's step-grandkids in this situation. What's my role? What's my place? How does the family adjust and adapt to that? One unrealistic expectation that a lot of people have about getting married in later life is that the kids are going to be fine. They're all adults. They live on their own. They're mature. They have their own lives. They're not going to care about this. Wrong. They have a high investment in the legacy of their family and the identity of their family. Christmas will never be the same now that mom married a guy who has 2 kids of his own and grandkids, and they're all going to show up with us at Christmas. There's as much adjustment that takes place in an empty nest adult step family as there is in a kids are still at home step family. There are different kinds of adjustments, but they're still very much alive and well, and that's something we try to alert people to in each of those books. One more comment about each of those books is there's another chapter dealing with the hours baby. So if you're a stepmom or a stepdad and you're going to have a baby with your new spouse, how does that impact the family as a unit? How do the half-siblings, how are they impacted by that? How do you create a smoother transition? What can you do? What can you not do? And those are some things that get discussed in those books, The Smart Stepmom and The Smart Stepdad.